Nero's Domus Aurea, aka the Golden House, is one of the most extravagant architectural projects in ancient Roman history. It spans over 50 hectares and boasts over 300 rooms, gardens, and an artificial lake. The Domus Aurea was designed to reflect Nero's vision of grandeur, but it was mostly viewed as a symbol of his despotic and excessive nature. Today, the ruins offer a glimpse into an opulent world built for an emperor who cared more about the arts than ruling an empire. Nero became the fifth Roman emperor in 54 CE at just 16 years old, and was initially guided by his mother, Julia Agrippina, and his advisors, Lucius Seneca and Burrus. Nero was a fairly well-liked emperor up until 59 CE, since his advisors helped him make some progressive changes. But as his obsession with the arts grew, he started to neglect his duties as emperor and make some irresponsible choices with his power. Nero initially began building the Domus Aurea on Palatine Hill in 60 CE, which would connect previous emperors' palaces into one large structure, showing his desire to surpass his predecessors and self-aggrandize on a new scale. The Great Fire of Rome ravaged the city in 64 CE and destroyed much of the Domus Aurea. However, Nero saw this as an opportunity to create a palace unlike anything Rome had ever seen before. He began building the Domus Aurea on the newly raised earth in central Rome. The complex stretched even farther across the Domus Transitoria's planned area and included grand halls, private chambers, lush gardens, and even a man-made lake, all designed to showcase Nero's taste for luxury. There is also an iconic 120-foot bronze statue of Nero at the terminus of the mile-long portico in the main entrance. The Domus Aurea was designed by architects Severus and Celer and arguably pushed the boundaries of Roman architecture. One of the most notable rooms in the palace is the octagonal room, which is a space with an octagonal base that gradually curved into a hemispherical dome, topped with an oculus. Although it looks lackluster now, the ceiling was said to have been adorned with glass mosaics depicting the stars and planets, which is a first, since mosaics were usually reserved for floors. The room was designed to rotate, using highly inventive water-driven mechanisms to create the illusion of a moving sky. It's believed that the rotation mimicked the movement of the heavens, making it one of the most sophisticated and awe-inspiring spaces in the palace. Many of the Domus Aurea's rooms feature elaborate paintings and frescoes, most of which are overseen by the eccentric painter Famulus, and often depict mythological and celestial themes. The Hall of Achilles on Scyrus depicts the myth of Achilles disguising himself as a young woman to live in the court of Lycomedes, king of Scyrus, where he meets and falls in love with Deidamia. The Hall of Hector and Andromache depicts Achilles' rival, Hector, and his wife Andromache. These rooms frame the octagonal room and offer an interesting juxtaposition between the two opposing characters. The palace also featured some of the earliest examples of lavish interior decoration and paintings that inspired artists for centuries to come. Frescoes, mostly executed in the fourth style of Roman wall painting, covered the walls and were characterized by vibrant, illusionistic designs that blurred the line between architecture and painting. The Domus Aurea is famous for its grotesque style of decoration, which refers to a style of painting that blends figural elements with abstract and surreal designs. Renaissance thinkers described these frescoes as grotesque because they were found in dark, grotto-like rooms that could only be illuminated with animated torch lighting, which made their strange, otherworldly qualities come alive. These paintings pushed the boundaries of visual representation by mixing animals, plants, and humans in a way that was entirely unfamiliar to viewers of the time. Some of these walls also created a kind of virtual architecture, with projections and recessions that gave the rooms a sense of depth and movement. The combination of painted architecture, the use of lighting, and the innovative ceiling mosaics all contributed to the surreal, dreamlike atmosphere of the palace. The Domus Aurea was undoubtedly a marvel of Roman architecture and art, but it came at a tremendous cost. The construction drained the imperial treasury, and to finance it, Nero imposed heavy taxes on the people, only worsening his unpopularity. It soon became a source of resentment as the Roman people suffered under his rule, and he was eventually declared a public enemy by the Senate and committed suicide in 68 CE. After Nero's death, his successors, the Flavian emperors, sought to distance themselves from his legacy and demolished parts of the Domus Aurea to give back the land to the people. The Flavians built the Colosseum, the Baths of Trajan, and other structures in its place. Over time, the Domus Aurea was abandoned and buried beneath new construction and earth. Today, what remains of the Domus Aurea offers a glimpse into the opulence and ambition of Nero's reign. It was a physical manifestation of Nero's artistic vision, his megalomania, and his desire to be remembered as more than just an emperor, but as a cultural icon. Despite its extravagance and eventual fall from favor, the Domus Aurea remains as a testament to Roman artistic and architectural achievement.